Hey everybody, welcome to the new episode of Geek Dad Report versus the NFL. I am your host this week, Ryan Thomason. We will be doing week 10 of the 2018 season. The Pittsburgh Steelers, who are on a roll. Boom, but you know what's not on a roll? My picks, because Brian has been steadily just kicking my butt all season long. And I would just like to get that out of the way first so I don't have to talk about it for the rest of the episode and have Brian just snickering the whole time. So, hey, Brian, guess who's winning the current bet of the main bet that we have, that whichever team does better, the Pittsburgh Steelers or the Seattle Seahawks. If my Steelers win, Brian does the last episode with no shirt on, and if the Seahawks win, I'll do the episode with no shirt on. But right now, it's looking like I'm going to be wearing a shirt because my team won last week. Ooh, so sorry, Brian. But we do have a lot of football to talk about. I have been trying to make good picks.
Daddy, you have been doing really bad this week.
This week? I've been doing bad all year.
All year. And you need reinforcements from an 8-year-old.
I need reinforcements. Oh.
And a better hat.
And a better hat? What?
It's not filming.
It is filming. It was just, I moved the camera off the screen because this was totally not, we totally didn't plan any of this. So, yes, hello, everybody. This is my daughter, Finley. And, I tried to put on a proud face, but yes, I am having a really bad season. Brian is somehow, I've been totally just kicking butt the first 2 years that we did this, and this year has not been swinging my way. I will say that. So, Finley.
Yes.
You are my reinforcement for this week. You will be making all of my picks, and the only one that matters is that one. And I really hope that you make some good picks, because you know what Brian's been saying about me, Finley? Do you know?
No.
He's been calling me mean names. He's been saying some very horrible things about our favorite team. And he's just been a very not nice person.
That's horrible.
So I would like you to keep that in mind when we come up to his favorite team this week.
Okay.
So, but the very first game of the week, Finley, Thursday night, while you will be sleeping,
seriously,
I will be watching the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on Carolina. Well, it's Carolina at Pittsburgh. So, daughter, that I love more than any other girl in the whole world, my Steelers fan girl who's wearing Steeler hat with cool mitten things. Who is going to win? Carolina Panthers.
Pittsburgh.
Thank you very much. That is the only pick that mattered, and I am very happy that we got that one out of the way. Ben Roethlisberger got tackled last week. Everybody thought he died on the field. They were doing over pan shots of his body looking like he'd just been massacred. And then, do you know what he did?
No.
He got up and he played the rest of the game, and the Steelers beat the Baltimore Ravens.
Yay.
That's the kind of quarterback that we have. Just ignore all the other things about him. But that's a lockdown game for us.
Yeah.
Now, we have the rest of the picks. I will just let everyone know. Do not take Finley's picks and go to Las Vegas and spend all your money on it. How would you rate your football knowledge on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being that you kind of know something about football. 10 meaning you know everything there is to know about football.
1.
Yeah, I would say 1. Because you can only name one player in the whole league. So, we're working on it.
No, I can name 3. I can name Ben Roethlisberger.
Yes.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
Tom Brady.
Yes.
No one
else.
That's
it?
Yeah.
What about our running back? Who's the running back for the Steelers right now?
Jim Connor.
Yes, that's a good one. Who's my favorite wide receiver on the Steelers?
Juju.
Yes, and who is one of the best wide receivers in all of football?
Antonio Brown.
Yes. See, she knows everything that she needs to know about football. Nothing else matters.
Maybe just the Steelers.
Yes, that's fine. I love him so much. So, next up, the Sunday games. Detroit Lions at the Chicago Bears. Chicago is doing really well right now. They're beating the living snot out of everybody. And they crushed the Buffalo Bills last week. The Lions are meh.
I'm going with the Chicago Bears.
Chicago Bears. Now we have the red-hot New Orleans Saints taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. They're actually the Bengals, but we call them the Bungles. I didn't know if you knew that. So, Cincinnati's our big division rival. We hate them.
Yeah.
New Orleans is on fire. Cincinnati's doing okay. What do you think, Finley?
New Orleans.
New Orleans. Good choice. Next up, we have the Atlanta Falcons against the Cleveland Browns. Both teams are doing kind of. The Falcons are, I guess, they have a slightly better record. Cleveland's just been kind of hanging in there all season. And when they lose games, they only lose games by like a couple of points. They're really close. So they could be having a lot better season right now.
I'm putting faith in Cleveland.
You're going to do Cleveland. Ooh, good choice. Next up, we have the New England Patriots taking on the Tennessee Titans. Now, New England has that one of the three quarterbacks in the league that you know.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. And Tennessee Titans has
no one I know.
No one that you know.
I don't know a lot of.
So who are you going to pick for this one?
New England.
You're going to go with New England? Probably a good choice.
Yeah.
She's going to go with the Patriots over the Tennessee Titans. Next up, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Indianapolis Colts. Jacksonville has a team that did really well last year, and they're doing okay this year. The Colts are kind of the same thing. They've been an okay team. They haven't really broken out. They could make the playoffs, but they got to win a bunch of games.
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville, good choice. Next up, we have the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City scores like 80 points a game. The Arizona Cardinals are one of the worst teams in the league.
Kansas City.
Yes, good choice. That was a very good choice. Next up, we have the Buffalo Bills going against the New York Jets. Buffalo has not been scoring a lot of points this year. The Jets have kind of been really up and down too. Buffalo, they had one really good game where they scored 30-something points, and then all the other games are scoring like one touchdown, a couple field goals, not a lot of points.
New York Jets.
The New York Jets? All right, that's a good choice. Next up, we have the Washington Native Americans. They have another name, but I don't like to say it on the show. And then they're going to be playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And they're hoping that Brian Fitzpatrick, the quarterback, they've been calling him Fitzmagic. Even though they've been doing very kind of in the middle of the road this year. So, who do you think? The Washington against Tampa Bay.
Washington.
Washington? Oh, that's an interesting choice.
Tampa Bay.
Next up, no, it's fine. No, you picked Washington. I'm trying to not push your decisions one way or another. Next up, we have the L.A. Chargers going against the Oakland Raiders. Oakland has been dumping all their best players for draft picks and basically trying to lose every game so they could pick really good players next year. The Chargers are doing really well, and they just beat the living snot out of the Seahawks.
Chargers.
The Chargers, good choice. Next up, we have the Miami Dolphins against
Green Bay.
Green Bay. That's our number 2 team. Because
Green Bay.
Okay, we don't even need to discuss that one.
Mommy would be mad.
I know, she would be mad. She would probably not feed us dinner.
We're in Lincoln.
Yeah. So, there's no discussion on that
LA
one.
Rams.
Green Bay. Oh, and So, Finley, it's the Seattle Seahawks. You can't jump ahead when I'm trying to do the thing. Just because we all have our one of our family's team that we all like to dig on in this household. The Seattle Seahawks are playing at the LA Rams. The Rams lost their first game last week. They have been destroying everybody.
I want to pick my team. LA Rams.
So we're not even going to discuss it?
We're not even going to discuss it.
No, don't even want to? Do you want to say anything to all our Seahawk fan family that might be watching this? I love her so much. She's my favorite. Next up, we have the Dallas Cowboys. They're playing the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, on the slight chance that one of our friends here in Philadelphia watches this, just so you know, Dallas is a very big rival with the Eagles. And the Dallas kind of sucks this year. Philadelphia's been hanging in there. They got to start winning a bunch more games if they want to make the playoffs. But I
just want to make people mad, though, Dallas.
You don't want to make people mad?
I said I do.
You do want to?
Dallas.
You might be throwing that pick away, though. You really want to do it? All right. Finley, say it loud and proud.
Dallas.
She's picking the Dallas Cowboys over the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm sorry. Every single person that we know here in Philadelphia.
I watched the show. So sad.
Don't unfriend us. Yes. Next up, we have the Monday night game. Is the New York Poopy Giants playing the San Francisco Poopy 49ers. Both of these games are extremely poopy, Finley. Eli Manning is quite possibly, they said he's going to play, but if he doesn't do good, they're basically not going to let him play anymore. Even though he's won them 2 Super Bowls, and he's been a pretty good quarterback for most of his career.
What team is he on?
He's on the Giants. The 49ers in San Francisco pretty much have just sucked every single game this year.
New York Giants.
You're going to go with the Giants and get Eli Manning going to make some kind of a little bit of a retribution.
Something.
He's going to do something, people. And
He's going to do something.
So, those are mine and Finley picks for this week. We really hope that you guys enjoyed it. And you know what? Take Finley's picks, go to the casino, put $100 on it.
Do not bet.
And whatever money that you win from her glorious picks, you must send her 10% for her college account.
Brian sent me those texts.
Brian did send me a text. Let's see what Brian has to say.
Carolina.
Oh, okay, so Finley's going to shout out Brian's picks for us. So if anybody wants to know what Brian's going to pick, even though he's been slightly better than me this year. Finley, what does Brian have to say?
Carolina, Seattle, Bears, Saints, Atlanta, NE,
New England,
Indy, KC,
Kansas
Jets,
City. Yes.
Tampa Bay, Chargers, Packers.
Wait, he picked the Packers?
Yeah, Packers.
I gotta see this.
It's history, people.
Wow.
It's
Picked
true.
the Packers.
Eagles.
And
the 49ers.
Oh, wow, he picked the 49ers over the Giants. You know what the worst thing is? See what the first one is?
Carolina.
Yeah, who's Carolina playing this week?
Steelers.
The Steelers! Brian, you are the biggest jerkhead of all best friends that a man could have. How dare you pick the Carolina Panthers over the Pittsburgh Steelers? Finley's going to be very disappointed. She's going to write a very angry note to your daughters and try and have them shame you as a father for disrespecting his friend's team. I mean, I don't sure. Wait, we didn't pick the Seahawks, did we?
No.
So we kind of did the exact same thing.
Yeah, we did that.
I take back everything I just said.
Yes.
So.
I was thinking. Right. Anyway.
I guess. Whatever. So, those are the picks for Week 10 of the NFL season. Thank you very much, Finley,
You're
for joining me
welcome.
on this episode. Probably my best episode ever. I think I do better when I have a co-host and I'm not just like sitting there being all dumpy and sad. So, those are Finley's picks for this week. And what else do we have to say, Finley, other than, here we go, Steelers, here we go.
The Seahawks are bad.
Ooh. Goodbye, everyone. Have a great week.
Goodbye.
Watch more football. Watch the rest of the Geek Dad Report.
Yeah.
Yeah. And don't forget to vote.
Yeah.
I hope you voted.
Hopefully.
Bye.